Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Yorkshireman Reacts, and it is time for us to get cracking with the next episode of Mind Your Language. It's the second episode of the second series. First episode was really good. We were introduced to two new characters, the Swedish woman and the Hungarian fella. Butcharnut. So, we're going to get on with this, but before we commence, there's something very, very important, because today it is a very special person's birthday. Now, you might have seen her in the comments on YouTube or the Patreon. She's commented on pretty much every Mind Your Language video on the Patreon in the space for about a week, because she's got a very busy job, so she simply hasn't had the time, and she's got, a life. She's got a family, she's a wife, she's a mother, so she's been so busy she hasn't had time. And she absolutely loves this show. She's binged the whole thing in like a few days, and now she's addicted to it. And she's been saying, "When's the next one? When's the next one?" So I'm doing this for her because it's her birthday today. But this isn't just somebody who's don't get me, who not just a supporter of Patreon, YouTube. This person's actually just one of the most incredible people I've ever met doing this YouTube. She's always messaging us in the Facebook Messenger group that we've got with the few patrons in it. She's always positive, laughing and joking. She's a great person. She's a great friend, and it's not just that she's always been in the group and that sort of thing. She's actually had a huge impact on this channel, because you may remember it was at the beginning of the year or shortly before at the end of last year. You may remember my original microphone. Where is it? I think I've still got it, just in case it started working again. I have, yes. Remember this? The old mic, that I got off Amazon for like, I think it was about £15, £20. After a few months, it stopped working. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And back then, the Patreon, there was about 5 people on it. And they, they'd all joined sporadically at different times of the month. So, yep, to buy a new mic, I'd have had to save up for a couple of months. And the channel would have been dead. But then, in steps Lauren. And she randomly, just out of the goodness of her own heart, sent me some money so I could buy a brand new microphone, and here it is, still here today. So she deserves a shout out, because she's honestly a fantastic person. Everybody in the group loves her. She's brilliant, and she's been one of my longest how would you put it, longest time supporters, So I had a word with her, and she said that she's happy for me to share a few nice photos of her for her birthday. So here's a few photos of Lauren that she's okayed me to put up, so that you know who she is. And I want you all to comment on this video and say happy birthday, Lauren, because yeah, she's just a great person, absolutely fantastic, and she's... Oh, that's my personal Facebook. You don't need to see that. Yeah, so please leave a message on this video and say happy birthday to Lauren. Because honestly, she's... I can't sing her praises enough. She's brilliant. I mean, who does that? Just randomly send someone some money that you've never met, know me for about, at that point, about a week. It makes absolutely no sense in the real world. She found me through a Gimme group when I was sharing my reactions in there. She didn't watch reaction videos, but her son did, and she could never understand why he watched them. She was one of them people that said, how can you enjoy watching someone watch something else, And then she watched one of my videos, and, well, the rest, as they say, is history. So I'm really glad that amazing coincidence happened, and you found me, and that you're still here. I really am, because there's not enough people like you about. Just a genuinely nice person who's not, absolutely just selfless and, you know, kind, caring, supportive. She's honestly one of the best people I've ever met. And I've never even met her. That's really annoying. As I've told you before, my best friend lives on the other side of the frigging world. It's so annoying. Some of the best people in my life I can't even meet. But anyway, happy birthday, Lauren. I hope you've had a fantastic day. And, oh, I almost forgot. I'm going to have a little drink as we start off the video. I know I find it a weird gesture, you know, someone has a drink for your birthday. But I'll do it anyway, because why not? So let's get into this. This is for you, Lauren, because I know you love this show. Oh, there's me skipping ahead to do the sound test. So this is episode 2. It's called Queen for a Day, I think. Is it? Yep, Queen for a Day. So let's go.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I see that the meaning of the word punctuality hasn't yet sunk in with certain members of our class.
You see, Max? I told you we'd be here before Professor.
You'd better sit down before he comes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening.
How did you get in? Through the window?
Through the window?
You're late. Too busy drinking in the pub to notice the time?
Well, we not been in a pub, have we, Max?
Sure we haven't.
What's that? I didn't see it. What is it?
In a pub, have we, Max?
Sure we haven't. Look, we were coming to the school and we see this old lady trying to cross the road.
That's right, she was very old.
Her hand very blind.
Yeah, pushing a pram.
Wait.
Old.
Her hand very to school and we see this old lady trying to cross the
Old
road.
lady pushing a
That's
pram.
right, she was very old.
Her hand very blind.
Yeah, pushing a pram.
She was very old, very blind, and pushing a pram. So they've ticked all 3 of the Good Deed for the Day, Good Samaritan boxes. Well played, fellas.
An old blind lady pushing a pram?
I don't know what I want to have for your birthday drink, Lauren. I can have a sherry, a martini, or a scotch, or a bourbon. I'm not in the mood for a strong bourbon, so I think I'll have a sherry. Is that okay with you?
Well, maybe she wasn't exactly blind.
Maybe
Oh,
she
really?
wasn't exactly there either.
Sure it's true.
On Max's life, we have
On his life? Oh.
Honest.
Funny that, isn't it?
Hey, you left your books in the pub.
Ah! You left your box in a pub. Por favor. Anyway, before we continue, here you go. Cheers, Lauren. Happy birthday. And seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Seriously, thank you. You know why I'm saying thank you more than once, but for everything else as well, thank you. Just seriously. Love you a bits.
Hey, you left your books in the pub.
Santa Maria!
Look behind you.
Not been in the pub, eh?
Now I remember we were there just for a minute.
Funny that, isn't it?
Sit down, all of you.
Hey, why you not tell me the teacher's behind me, you Italian macaroni?
Why
You Italian macaroni.
you lump of Spanish omelette?
All right, come on,
You
sit
lump
down
of
and be quiet.
Spanish
Teacher
omelette.
is right. You sit down. Sit down. Be quiet.
Sit down, be quiet.
Go. Sit down.
Yeah, well, that includes you.
Por favor.
You heard.
Por favor.
Sit down. I'm rather tired of this continual habit of certain people being late. 7:30 is the time class commences, and you should all be sitting at your desks ready to begin work. Now, I shan't tell you again. In future, anybody who comes late will go straight home. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
You're late.
Hey? Oh no, look please, I am being early. It is only 20 minutes past the 7 o'clock.
Correction, it is 25 minutes to the 8.
That clock is not being right at all.
Ah, I suppose my watch is not
Funny
being
that.
right also.
Ah.
Yes, please.
See, this is the 70s, so you couldn't do it back then. But do you know how you always check that the time's right if someone's late or whatever, and they, you know, and they say, "Oh no, I'm not late. You're early." It's like, Sky. You check the time on the Sky TV. That's the right. Oh, your smartphone, because that's connected to the whatever it is, the official thing for the country. And then you're like, no, you're not.
Has it occurred to you that it might be your watch that is wrong?
Oh, blimey, this watch is guaranteed never to be wrong.
Oh,
It is
really?
21 Julies.
Jewels.
Yes, please. I'm buying it today from the marketplace.
You bought that watch from a stall on the market?
Most definitely. The man is telling me it is jolly good bargain. 21 Julies and real gold case.
Really?
18 turnips.
18 turnips! 18 turnips! Never buy a watch off the market. Prime example, Derek Trotter.
18.
Remember when Rodney wanted a deep sea diver's watch off him and he finally gave him one? He said, oh, the bloke said don't get it in the water.
Carrots.
Sorry, please.
Well, how much did you pay for this 21 jeweled 18
I'm going to guess £2.
carat gold timepiece?
£2 50 pence.
Oh, £2.50, so
I
close!
think he saw you coming, Ali.
Most definitely.
Yep.
He was seeing me coming before I was seeing him.
But what I mean is you were swindled.
Oh no.
You can't buy a watch
Oh,
for
no.
£2.50.
But the man is telling me it is being so cheap because it is bankrupted stock.
Rupted.
Bankrupted.
It's not going, Ali.
Wait, where's the Hungarian guy?
Perhaps it needs a wind up.
Well, there's nothing to.
Wind up.
Look, it's empty.
Oh, blimey. I am being cheated. Excuse me, please. I got to find the crooked
It
man.
won't be there now, Ali.
What about my money?
You just had to put it down to experience.
Wait, has he sold him a watch that's just got like a piece of paper or cardboard with like a clock face on it?
Now sit down, we've got a lot of work to do.
You have been diddling.
How are you coming
There he
along?
is.
Bocsánat.
Bojana. Oh, by the way, Lauren, you were right. Yeah, because you remember that in the first episode, I just kept saying, what does Bojana mean? But Lauren is right. It means excuse me or pardon me in Hungarian. I looked it up. So, well done, Lauren. Again, see? Lauren, she's amazing. Bojana, excuse me, pardon me.
How are you coming along?
Bocsánat.
Bojana.
Have you learnt any more English?
Bocsánat.
Bojana.
More English?
Tanultam-e új angol kifejezéseket? Igen. Yes. Bloody foreigners.
Have you learned any more English? Yes. Bloody foreigners. That's the English he's learned, is it? Yeah. That's brilliant.
Yes, well, that's a start. You'll just have to follow the lesson as best you can. Eh? And I'll explain later. Do you understand?
No.
Sit down and do your best. Right, now tonight we're going to look at sentence construction. Now, can anybody
Bloody foreigners. That's gold.
give me a definition of a sentence, please?
Me, please.
Yes, Suli.
A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense.
Very good.
For example, communism is only true way of life.
Thank
Or
you.
capital.
Again. I'm sure I must be annoying some people, but I don't care because it's her birthday. Me and Lauren agree on this as well. She is both our most disliked character. Communism is the only way of life. Really? Yeah. Because it really worked for Russia, China, Cuba, and I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of other countries as well. Oh, Vietnam. I'm sure that was communist, wasn't it? Yeah. Really worked for them. How many active landmines is there in the jungles of Vietnam? About 100 million? It's something ridiculous. Yeah. Burma? Yes. Communism is good.
Very good.
For example, communism is only true way of life.
Thank
Or capitalists are enemies of peace-loving people. Or China will
Yeah,
one
I
day
think
rule
you
the
made
world.
your point, Suli. Right, now a sentence contains 8 parts of speech. Can anybody tell me what they are? Come along.
Noun?
Good, excellent.
Adjective.
Pronoun.
Very good.
Hey,
Verb.
why am I very good and she's excellent?
Well, all right, you're both excellent. Right, anybody else?
A third.
Good.
Never mind.
Adverb.
Well done.
Never
Adjective.
mind.
Yes?
Prepositional.
Good, good, yes.
Conjunction.
Well done. And one more. Come on, doesn't anybody know what the other one is? An interjection. Right, can anybody tell me what an interjection is?
Sí, señor.
Yes, one?
Neither.
Can anybody tell me what an interjection is?
Si, senor.
Yes, one?
Needle.
Can anyone tell me what an interjection is? Si, senor. Go on. Needle.
Si, like doctor. Interjection.
Interjection.
No, that's an injection.
That's all right.
That's alright.
Is a word put into a sentence to express some emotion, such as oh, ah, or hush. Right, we will now construct a sentence starting with a noun. Ranjit, can you give us a noun, please?
Idiot.
Idiot? Surely you could have thought of something else.
I could have said Muslim.
Ranjit, give us an adjective or what was it? A noun or something. Idiot. Idiot? I could have said Muslim. I love the little conflict between these two. It's brilliant.
Don't you be insulting me, you vinegar. Right, that'll do, Ranjit. You're here to learn English. Now kindly keep your personal prejudices to yourself.
1,000 apologies.
1,000 apologies. And then Ali in the background.
A waiter.
A waiter. Good.
Oh dear.
Now, Max, an adjective. Come along. Look, Ranjit gave us a noun, waiter.
Noun.
You describe him. Is he old, tall, short, thin?
How do I know? I never met him.
We're not talking about an actual waiter, Max.
Ah, he's a part-time waiter.
We are trying to construct a sentence. Ranjit has given us a noun, waiter. I want you to give me an adjective that describes him.
He's part-time.
Okay. A old waiter.
An old waiter.
An old way.
With a mustache.
Just old will do.
Okay.
Right, we'll put a definite article in. The old waiter. Now we need a verb, something he was doing. Danielle?
Ooh, making love.
Can't you think of something better that he could have been doing?
But I can't see nothing then better than making love.
Yes, but something more appropriate to a waiter in a restaurant.
Bon alors, he served.
Served. Good. The old waiter served. Now we need an adverb. Tara.
Ass up.
Yeah, an adverb, please, modifying the verb served.
Carefully.
Carefully. Carefully.
Carefully. Oh, carefully.
Served carefully.
Funny thing, Lauren's just texted me. I texted the group saying I'm making this for her birthday. She said, I can't wait.
Right. Now, can anybody add anything to that?
The old waiter carefully served fish and chips.
Two more nouns and a conjunction.
Okay, Cocky.
Okay, what is
The
he doing?
old waiter carefully served two more nouns and a conjunction.
All right, first time, Giovanni.
Mr. Brown.
Just carry on.
Yes, Sid.
There's a geezer out here who wants to see Miss Courtney.
Oh, what's that got to do with me?
Well,
Yeah.
I can't find her anywhere. Will you come out and have a word with him?
Yes, all right. Now, I want you to complete the sentence using an interjection, a preposition, and a pronoun, and I shall be back in a minute, all right?
Right. Bill, he's tall.
This is him.
Jeez.
Are you Miss Courtney?
Okay. Are you Miss Courtney?
Do I look like Miss Courtney?
I asked to see Miss Courtney.
Ah, well, who are you?
My name's Forbes Fortescue.
Pardon?
Who?
Forbes Fortescue.
He's got a stutter.
Jeremy Brown.
Jeremy Brown.
I'm an ATC.
I'm a BA, Oxford.
My card.
Oh, you're an ATC, an assistant town clerk.
Quite so.
Ah, I see. Ah, Miss Courtney.
Mr. Brown, is this another of your foreign students?
No, he's an ATC.
I don't care what nationality he is. It's time you were in the classroom.
Madam, my name is Forbes.
Forbes. What?
He's hyphenated.
How unfortunate.
He's hyphenated. How unfortunate.
I'm here from the town hall. We have some news from the palace.
Victoria or Crystal?
Buckingham. I'm here in connection with the royal visit to the borough next week, and as the Duke himself laid the foundation stone of this building.
Queen for a day. Okay, now that's okay. So they're having a royal visit. That'll
Duke
be good.
himself laid the foundation stone of this building. It has been suggested that Her Majesty and His Royal Highness pay a brief informal visit to the school.
The Queen and Prince Philip coming here.
Next Tuesday.
Did you hear that, Mr. Brown? They're coming here, the two of them, together in person, him and her, together in person.
Jesus!
Calm down, Miss Courtney. Don't overexcite
I was
yourself.
getting overexcited. I'm being perfectly calm about the whole thing.
Jesus, even Linda Carter in EastEnders didn't overreact this much when they found out that... Wow, I've actually forgotten the king's name. What the fuck? Mental block? Oh, Charles. Yeah, Charles and Camilla visited EastEnders in an episode randomly. And even she didn't overreact this much.
Overexcite
I was
yourself.
getting overexcited. I'm being perfectly calm about the whole thing.
Okay. Wow. She has never got excited about anything in one series and one episode. She's never smiled about anything. Wait, has she smiled? I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah. Okay, so all it takes to get Miss Courtney excited is to tell her that the Queen and Prince Philip are going to visit her school. Understandable. Oh, Liz. No, not you, Liz. That Liz. Oh, rest in peace. Over the toilet. Oh, wait, God! I didn't
I've seen some
even realise.
strange things on toilet doors, bucks and does, lads and lasses, setters and pointers, but I have never seen dukes and queens.
Oh, it's not for them to use.
What's it for?
Well, it's Miss Courtney's idea. You see, she didn't want to offend the royal family by letting them see toilet doors. So I've done the best thing, I've disguised them.
Oh, very diplomatic.
Right. What a waste of time it is, though, Mr. Brown. They must have lose in Buckingham Palace.
Absolutely. Is the old batlax in yet?
The old batlax is here.
Well, I wasn't meaning you, Miss Courtney.
Well, I trust you are not referring to Her Majesty.
Oh, no. I was referring to Gladys, the tea lady.
Huh. Here.
What's this for?
Well, it is not for sticking in your buttonhole. It is to wave at the royal personages. You going to change?
Into what?
I love him.
Well, you
He's really
surely don't
funny.
intend to greet our distinguished guests in that jacket. Haven't you anything a little more formal?
I've got a black tie I wear for funerals.
Here. Well, that's better.
Feels as if I'm going to a cup final.
Sydney, go and sweep the schoolyard.
I swept it up once.
Well, sweep it again.
You wouldn't like me to go down on my hands and knees and scrub it, would you?
Don't be ridiculous.
With a toothbrush.
It wouldn't dry before they arrive.
She would and all, wouldn't she?
I think I'll go and polish the silver.
What silver?
Well, I brought my silver tea set in case they wanted a drink.
Oh, perhaps the Duke would prefer a tot of rum, being an ex-naval man.
Oh, dear. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, well, he'll just have to make do with sherry.
Shall I ask Gladys to make up a couple of ham rolls in case they feel a bit peckish?
Ham rolls.
Ham rolls?
Yeah, even I know that that's... No. The Queen does not eat ham rolls. Literally, the cheapest meat she would have in a sandwich is salmon. Mind you, it was a bit of a gimmick, wasn't it? Marmalade sandwiches. She had one with Paddington, didn't she? Is that true, or was it just a gimmick? Never saw the fascination with jam sandwiches as a kid. Jam on toast, maybe. Or marmalade on toast. But on a sandwich, no.
Rolls, in case they feel a bit peckish.
Ham rolls? You can't give royalty ham rolls. This is a very special occasion. Tell her to open a tin of salmon.
What did I say? This is a very special occasion. Tell him to open a tin of salmon.
They won't want anything to eat.
It is better to be prepared. I wonder if we should have got a red carpet.
Look, why don't you go the whole hog and ask the music class to play the national anthem as they enter? This is supposed to be an informal visit.
Actually, you know, I will say this. A couple of years ago, the Queen's actual chef revealed her menu for a day. And it was, I mean, obviously there was some bits like, it said next to certain ingredients that it's, you know, caught by a hunter or these animals are fed on, you know, fancy food. But some of it was quite normal. If you Google it, you can find it. I mean, some of it was, you know, what you'd expect from the Queen. But there were certain parts that were just, like, normal.
I don't think you're approaching this special occasion in the right attitude.
I think you're being carried away.
Nonsense. This is an opportunity for all the staff and students to show their loyalty and devotion to our sovereign. It's up to the entire school to make a good impression. One never knows where it may lead. The New Year's honours list isn't far away.
Honours list?
Yes.
All right, calm down.
A knighthood could be within your grasp.
A knighthood?
No.
Mr. Jeremy Brown.
Is that Miss Courtney?
Arise, Sir Jeremy. Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Majesty?
I beg your pardon.
I thought you were the Queen.
Have you been drinking?
No, just daydreaming.
Well, you had better wake up. They are due to arrive in half an hour. Now, where are your students?
They're in the cloakroom, changing.
Changing?
Yes, they insisted on wearing their national costumes.
Oh, God. This is going to be funny.
Gladys? Gladys, you there?
What?
Give me strength. Yeah.
Blimey, roll Britannia!
Well, don't you like it?
Do what?
Don't
Do
you
what?
like it?
Very patriotic. I don't know whether to salute you or run you up the flagpole.
I've got a surprise for you.
Yeah?
I don't know whether to salute you or run you up the flagpole.
Look,
Okay.
that'll surprise the Duke.
Surprised him, he'll paradise him. You're supposed to curtsy, not flash him your underwear.
Any of my Good heavens.
Hey,
Good
speak
heavens.
to her, she'll flash you her knickers.
Here, they will come up here, won't they?
Oh, yes, I expect so, Gladys.
Oh, I do hope so. I think Prince Philip's lovely. And I've always been fond of sailors.
Hey, don't forget he belongs to the Queen.
Yeah. Have you seen any of my students?
They're still changing.
Ah, well, go on, tell them to hurry up, Sid, will you?
All right, yeah, I'll get him.
Yeah, and I'd better get tidied up too. The Duke might want to inspect me utensils.
I think this looks better on you.
All ready for you?
Gladys, how dare you? That's... Wow. What?
Your inspection, sir.
Carry on, Sid.
Fish, China.
Is that your national costume?
It's the first one, and I already want to stick corn holders in my eyes. She's come dressed as a fucking Mao. Oh. Oh, God. Let it pray continue.
This is uniform of People's Army of Liberation as prescribed by Chairman Mao. You not like it?
Well, I think it lacks a certain finish, a belt of ammunition, a couple of hand grenades.
Miss India.
Oh, very nice, Jamila. It is Jamila, isn't it?
See, that's okay.
Miss money!
What do you think?
Very Teutonic.
Danke.
Miss Sweden!
Okay.
Beautiful, yes?
It's not ridiculous or outrageous. It's
Beautiful, very.
And the clothes too?
Well, I was referring to
Miss France!
What do you think?
Cross your legs, Jeremy.
Miss Greece!
Look at him! Yeah, Prince Philip will appreciate that because he's Greek. I think actually he's played it quite smart.
Greece!
Look at them tights!
Don't take the mic. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Greece.
Miss Greece! I didn't even realise.
Are you comfortable in that, Max? It's a bit cold, boss.
I bet.
Mr. Pakistani.
God bless Queen Elizabeth. And not forgetting the Duke of Edinburgh.
Edinburgh!
Duke of Edinburgh.
Him also.
Him also.
Italy.
He's come dressed as a mafia boss! I can't take this! He's got a violin case! Because they used to carry Tommy guns in him. That's... No.
Italy.
It's Jimmy Hoffa's lanky idiot cousin.
Are you representing Italy or the mafia?
Jesus! He threw that into his mouth as accurate as fucking Phil Taylor throws a dart.
Representing Italy or the mafia?
And that's not special effects, this is the 70s. Wow! That was impressive.
I represent Sicily.
Mr. Punjab.
Oh,
Okay.
most endearing, Ramsey.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Hungary.
Very pretty, Zoltan.
Thank you.
Mr. Japan.
Nanky Poo, I presume?
He's got his camera. Wow. That's, I mean, yeah, it's still funny, but it's not as bad as the other.
Nanky Poo, I presume?
Ah, so I'm gonna warn Lauren. Oh my god. Oh god.
And last but not least, Mr. Spain.
He's come as a bull. What do they call them? The people that go in the bull ring with the cape. I don't know, but he's come as that. Wow.
Professori, there's still
You know,
nobody coming.
In comedy shows, if you get the opportunity to dress the characters up in silly costumes, it can make or break an episode. And whoever was in charge of costume design for this one, they have done a great job. Seriously, whoever it was, round of applause, because that, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's ridiculous costumes, but it's not, like, yeah, it works. That's great work.
Any minute now, come on, in your places, everyone.
This is so underrated,
Where's Zoltan?
this show. Just,
He's going to try.
I've mentioned it many times before, when I've looked at the top 100 sitcoms list of all time. This isn't on the list. Why? You know, and it makes no sense to me how this isn't more well known. There's nobody reacts to it on YouTube. You know, and then when you look for like fandom episodes, so for like Friends or Only Fools and Horses or something like that, you'll see on YouTube that people will put the cast members then and now videos, so pictures of them when they're in the show and then pictures of them recently. There's none of that for this. I just don't understand it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not putting this in the same ballpark as Only Fools or Faulty Towers, but if I judge it on how much per episode it makes me laugh, then it is getting very, very close to those kind of sitcoms. Not even joking. It makes no sense to me how this isn't more, just more.
Finds a toilet.
Ah, well that may take...
I mean, you know, when I first started doing this show for you guys, like I do with every show, I asked my grandma, my granddad, I can't remember if I mentioned it to my mum and my dad, and the only one that remembered it was my dad. He said, "Oh, bloody hell, that's a bit old, isn't it?" But he remembered it, but none of the others did. And I asked a few friends, no one knew it. Some of the other shows, yeah, they've heard of them, but this, just my dad. It's incredible. It makes no sense to me.
Him a while. Come on, in your places, everyone. Where's Zoltan?
He's going to try and find the toilet.
Ah, well that may take him a while.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to stress that this visit is informal, so that Her Majesty may not necessarily come into this classroom. Yeah, well, you mustn't be too disappointed if she doesn't, but if she does, I want you all to behave just as if she weren't here. Understand? In view of the occasion, it would seem appropriate to tell you a little of the history of our British kings and queens. Now, it all started with the Norman conquests.
I have seen that on the television. Very funny English play.
I'm referring to the actual invasion of England by William of Normandy. It was 1066.
Wrong.
I beg your pardon?
Wrong? What?
1066. Maybe 1056.
It was 1066.
No, cannot be 1066.
He's thinking in terms of time. Oh no! It cannot be 66. It's 56.
60 minutes, 1 hour. 1066.
Now it's my turn to say, por favor.
6 minutes past 11.
1066 was the year.
Sorry.
Right.
Sorry. No, it's not.
Now, William of Normandy, by the way, does anybody know what other name he was known by?
William the Conqueror.
Conqueror? Conqueror.
Okay.
He was succeeded by his third son, William Rufus, the Red King.
Oh, blimey. You are having a communist king?
No, he was called the Red King because of his red hair.
Jolly good.
Now, William Rufus died in 1100 after being struck by an arrow in the woods.
Hey, maybe it was Robin the Hood.
No, Robin Hood wasn't born then. He was in the Middle Ages.
How can he be in middle-aged if he's not yet being born?
But never mind about Robin Hood, all right?
Oh, yes, very comfortable. Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Brown, but they will be here any moment now, and I thought it would be rather nice if one of your students were to present this to Her Majesty.
I'll do that.
Choose carefully, Jeremy.
It is usual for a bouquet to be presented by a lady.
Hey, with that skirt, who's gonna know the difference?
Come outside and I'll show you. Yeah, all right, do sit down. Now, who do you suggest, Miss Courtney?
Well, how about Jamila?
Yes.
Jamila, dear, will you come here? And for goodness sake, girl, get rid of that knitting. Now then, Jamila, I want you to wait with me in the hall until their majesties arrive, and then you can present this to the Queen. You curtsy first, and then you give it to her. Now, let's try that. I am the Queen.
Miss Courtney?
No,
Wow, she's just mugged Miss Courtney off in a very subtle but good way, strong way. Nice one, Jamila.
The Queen.
Miss Courtney?
No, Jamila, come on, she's just pretending.
Oh, I am understand.
I am understand.
You are Queenie?
You do not speak until you are spoken to, and then you address her as Mom. Now, let's try again.
Right, there you are.
Superintendent, how soon will the royal couple be here?
They're not coming.
What?
What?
We've had to rearrange the schedule.
Oh.
They're going straight from the hospital to the town hall. We're cutting out the visit to the school.
Well, I better go and tell Miss Courtney.
There isn't time. You must come with me now. You men, follow me.
Excuse me.
Please?
My name is Mrs. Baxter.
But Charlotte?
My name.
Fuck it! No word of a lie, I actually thought that was her. It looks just like Elizabeth in that era. Jesus Christ! Who's this actress? It looks just like her. Wow. Jesus.
Is Mrs. Baxter, and my husband has just joined your woodwork class.
I can see where this is going, though.
I could have a word with him.
Hey, sit.
No, you can't.
Sit.
No. God, blimey.
Oh, blind.
It's a-
Ah!
Hang on, don't go away.
Don't go away.
Courtney, Mr. Brown. She's here, she's arrived, she's outside.
She can't be.
She must have come in by the back entrance.
But don't leave her standing outside, Sydney. Show her in.
Is it just me? Or does that look exact double of the Queen? It's not just me, right? That is uncanny.
So pleased to meet you, Ma. Where is your husband?
He's in the woodwork class.
I do hope we shall have the pleasure of meeting him later on. This is Mr. Brown, our English teacher.
How do you do?
Mum.
Jamila.
Oh, how kind.
Even the voice isn't a million miles away.
And in this class, we are endeavouring to teach English to foreign students.
Noticed, have we?
Excuse me, Miss Courtney.
Don't interrupt, Mr.
No, but I think you should know
Mr. Brown.
All right, please yourself.
Would you care for a cup of tea?
It's not too much trouble.
Yes, no trouble at all.
You must come round and have a cup of tea with my husband and I sometime.
Oh, is that it? Jeanette Charles, Mrs. Baxter. Right, I'll remember that name. I'm going to look her up later. Because... wow. God, I can't believe I've only just noticed. Jamila is actually called Jamila. Right, that is the end. Right, so that is the end of episode 2 of Mind Your Language, series 2. Yes, that was a good episode. A very good episode. The costumes, wow. Seriously. They were hilarious. I love them. And you know what? Another thing about this show that shows just how well written it was and how well structured it was. It would have been so easy for the creators to fall into that trap of putting every single character in a ridiculous costume, but they didn't. You know? Jamila was wearing like a traditional Asian dress, what they call saris, you know. Taro was wearing what I assume is like a Japanese, traditional Japanese. They weren't all ridiculous. The two girls, but I think, you know, the 70s, and if you had, you know, any woman in a TV show that was under the age of 30 and didn't look like Anne Widdecombe was the, you know, the eye candy. So they put them in costumes that highlighted them, shall we say. So I really appreciate that, you know, because they could have made them all, put them all in really stupid outfits, but they didn't. But yeah, the Zoltan, the Hungarian fella, he didn't feature that much in this episode, but when he did, he was very funny. A little bit of an argument between Ranjit and Ali. It wouldn't be an episode of Mind Your Language without one of those. It's already clear to me that Danielle and the Swedish girl are going to be fighting each other all the time for Mr. Brown's attention. And Giovanni and Max, them two are just hilarious as well, fighting each other. But with them two, it's a bit different from Ranjit and Ali. You know, it's clear that there's more of a friendship between them two because they're always turning up from the pub together. Yeah, it's just, I've said this before, I've highlighted this many times before, but the character development and depth is just so impressive for a show from the 70s that no one's ever heard of. Every character's got a story, they've all got a personality, they've all got their own little thing that makes them funny in the show. It's just unbelievable to me that all these characters are so detailed. They are like real people. It's honestly just so impressive. It's bordering on frustration for me that this sitcom is not in what we call the Hall of Fame of sitcoms. You know. Because the top 100 that I mentioned, Gimme's on it. That made the list. And you know me, I love that show. Some of the best content we've done according to you guys. But if that's on there, then this should be as well. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But yeah, another great episode. And as I mentioned, this was because Lauren mentioned that she'd enjoy a new episode of this tonight. So I'm going to stop talking and get it uploaded so she can enjoy it. So once again, before we leave, happy birthday, Lauren, and everybody else. Make sure you leave her a nice birthday message in the comments. And thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for your support on the Patreon. If this ends up on YouTube, then thank you for your subscribe and like and etc. on there too. And I will see you later. Good night.